This is a day in my life as I pulled an all-nighter to do a last-minute dinner for 20 people as a private chef. I went to Restaurant Depot. I had another previous cake order, and then this client wanted a red velvet cake, so I baked them both and then crumb coated them. I'm making turkey stock for collard greens. That's how it turned out. Then I am marinating some oxtail and browning seasoning and a bunch of other seasonings. And then these are the herbs and aromatics. Wrap those up, put them in the fridge. I finished icing that heart cake. And then that's how it turned out. And then I'm icing the red velvet. And that's how it turned out. These are my favorite cakes, white and simple. And then this is the start of my all-nighter, baking a pound cake around 11 o'clock, marinating some chicken wings. The pound cake was a lemon pound cake. And then I made a graham cracker crust, baked it off. That's how the pound cake finished. Then I made key lime pie filling, baked that off, and then refrigerated it. And now I am cutting greens. And then I'm making a French toast batter. And then now I'm making biscuits from scratch. I make everything from scratch, but I just had to emphasize that. That's how the dough turned out. And then I made some mac and cheese. And then browning off that oxtail. This is about 2 a.m. I wanted to get these in the oven by 3 a.m. And then I made a fruit platter. It's just impossible for me to make all this stuff at my actual client's house unless I have this much time and so much room. That's how the collard greens turned out. And then this is that oxtail that after it's braised, I drove to my client's house. Now I'm cooking some French toast, frying some chicken. I'll show you guys a more in-depth video of how all the food turned out in the next video because it's impossible for me to show you, but I really want to show you like every single item and the spread. It was so beautiful. Some clams and salmon. This was the last thing I cooked. I cooked the steak before the clams. I just want to reiterate that before trolls in the comments. And then this is some mac and cheese, some mimolette I'm grating on top. Stay tuned for the next video. This is everything that I made for my client this morning. Breakfast / brunch, lunch. It was more breakfast food, but it really is like the time of lunch. I'm making home fries. I made them from start to finish with just olive oil and salt in the cast iron pan. I don't like to steam them, parboil them, none of that. And then I like to add a little bit of granulated garlic and a little bit of lemon pepper and crushed black pepper, cracked black pepper at the end so it doesn't burn. And then I'm making avocado toast. I seared the toast off in a cast iron pan as well with a little bit of butter, cooked over easy eggs. And now I'm just heating the cheese in the residual olive oil so it melts. I made a little avocado mixture with just salt, pepper, a little bit of granulated garlic, and a little lime so it doesn't turn. And then I am just spreading it on the toast. I left it kind of chunky, and then I'll put the over easy egg on top. I would love this with Munster cheese and a little bit of tomato and then a little bit of everything bagel seasoning. Like that would really set it off. Then I am making a breakfast sandwich. I am making an egg scramble and then I'm toasting a bagel. So the egg scramble just has salt, pepper. After I put the egg in the pan, I sort of just turn the pan off to let the egg cook with the residual heat. And then I'm cut the heat off the pan, separate the eggs into two, throw cheese over it so it melts, and then I put that on top of the toasted bagel. I was cooking bacon in the oven the entire time, so that just goes on top of the cheese hot so it will continue to melt it. And that's the breakfast sandwich. That goes with the home fries. And then the other thing I made, which is a request, I seared some buffalo chicken breast while I was making the potatoes. So that's some butter lettuce that I cut up, some cheese, and then the buffalo chicken breast goes on top of this. I sliced it and then tossed it in a little more sauce. If I had it my way, it'd be a little mayo, a little ranch, some feta cheese, even some Point Reyes blue cheese in this. Now that, and I like when I make buffalo chicken wraps, I love to do roasted cauliflower inside of them too, but I follow directions. I'm going to show you guys why I'm the world's best burrito wrapper. At Chipotle, I'm going to tag them because this is how you wrap a burrito. My pet peeve about Chipotle is they will watch your burrito fall apart in front of your face and not say nothing and then try to give it to you. You have to, number one, you pick the side. I'm turning it here to the side that has the most on it. So the most room goes on the outside. Then you make a purse. You purse it. And then you try to get that top tortilla to the bottom. That's your goal, while tucking in all the corners. And then you roll it and you let it sit on the side, on the seam. And I heated a pan and then I turned the pan off and then I put the wraps on there. So you don't want to heat the food inside. You're just literally sealing it. And then I turn that pan off and I let it sit. And then this is what it should look like in the inside. Cut that baby on a bias and look at it. It's literally a work of art. And then you wipe your knife in between. It's like slicing a cake. They don't call me the wrap queen for nothing. And then I made an acai bowl with packaged acai, yogurt, milk, and then frozen fruit. This is my favorite part of my day every day, right here.
Here's a day in the life of a free private chef, or at least what it feels like to be one. I'm the eldest daughter of an immigrant home, so you already know that cooking, cleaning is definitely on me, but don't get me wrong, I do enjoy it. And since I'm on break now, I actually have a bit more time and my family actually has the privilege of enjoying meals like this one. So we had a little bit of pancakes, eggs, bacon, potatoes. It was really good, and honestly, I miss sitting down and sharing meals together.
This is a day in my life as a private chef in Los Angeles. This was yesterday. As soon as I got to work, I steamed some rice for fried rice, and then I threw it in the freezer and worked on some other prep. I had cut some potatoes for sweet potato wedges, seasoned this New York strip steak. I made prep for fried rice, so carrots, onions, ginger, garlic, and then I sauteed this chicken for teriyaki chicken, and then I threw the marinade over it, popped it in an oven, 375 convection. I got my pan hot, heated my oil, and then I rendered off the fat on this steak. And I have it on super high heat to get a great sear. It's just salt and pepper. It will not burn. I pulled those sweet potato wedges in the back out. I'm flipping it over to show y'all that crust. And then I baste, and I have another angle where I'm basting to show you how I really actually baste it. But on that second side, I pretty much turn the heat low, and then I throw the butter in so the butter doesn't burn, and then I start to baste it. I kind of let it sit in the butter as well. And then I just wanted to show you that other side without destroying the steak to show you that it's equally as seared. And then I let that rest while I do everything else. I'm making the fried rice. So after I pulled that rice out from the freezer to cool, I toss it in the egg yolks, and then I separate the whites to cook later. First go my carrots. When those get pretty soft, I salt after every step, and then I salt the rice when I'm steaming it as well. Then onions go in, and I kind of let those get nice and translucent. Salt after that. And then I always use frozen peas. I salted after this step too. I make a lot of fried rice, clearly. And then in go my aromatics. I turn the heat down a little bit so the ginger and the garlic don't burn. Once those are fragrant, I turn the heat back up. I add some more oil because I'm getting ready to actually fry the rice. So we want that to be coated. And then the rice goes in. One of the reasons I coat them in egg yolk is for color, but another reason is it keeps the grains nice and separate, especially my clients don't really tell me they want fried rice until an hour before, so I don't have time to make the rice the day before. And then I go in with a little bit of granulated garlic and soy sauce. I also cracked some black pepper over this before I filmed, a little fish sauce, and then a drop of sesame oil. Sesame oil is a finishing oil, so like when I see people cooking with sesame oil, I'm like, what are you doing? It's gonna burn. Well, I was taught it was a finishing oil. Same with truffle oil. It's like you don't cook with that, you just finish it for the flavor. Then I'm heating up some egg whites and a little bit of butter. This is my favorite part of the video. Like, did I have to leave this clip this long? No, but it's so satisfying for me to just watch. The way they're so white and fluffy, it sets it off. And then the contrast, I don't know why I'm like attracted to this rice. And then I made a turkey club minus the third piece of bread. We just wanted turkey club ingredients. I use, what is that bread called? Killer Dave's bread. I almost said Killer Mike. Yeah, this is how the sandwich was. I left the condiments on the side for the client to do herself. And then this was that teriyaki chicken I pulled out of the oven. Look at this steak. I love making steak. It's like my love language. And for me, this is perfect. It's like when a client eats something how you like it, damn, it's like, is this even work? My boyfriend told me the other day that I hack at steak, and I don't know, you know, he's like, your knife is sharp, so I don't know why you're doing that. He's a chef. But I don't know why I cut like that. I'm sorry. Like, I'm not as strong as you. And then I went home and I ate some gumbo. Look at this carrot cake. This is the carrot cake I made for my boyfriend at the beginning of the week. Bro, I'm gonna have to make a separate video. It was hitting. It's been 5 days. It was still so moist.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but let's make breakfast for the world's 8th richest person.
I like to prep a lot of the ingredients the night before so that it saves me time once I'm at their house. The family loved my Thai food so much that they asked if I could make a welcome brunch for when their sons arrived from India. Like, they legit wanted the first bite that the brothers tried to America to be my food. And I don't even know what to say because I'm honestly so honored and humbled, because how did a food content creator like me get this type of opportunity? No clue. I decided to make an American breakfast menu with egg bites, coconut chia seed pudding with the coconut maple whipped cream, an orange blossom and pistachio croissant bread pudding, breakfast hash, a fruit plate, an assortment of fresh pressed juices, avocado toast, pumpkin spiced waffles, and petis, which are Gujarati potato balls with a pea or corn filling, because Ambanis are obsessed with my petis. So what do you guys think of the breakfast menu?
Spend the day with me as a private chef in Los Angeles. I get up pretty early, go to the gym. This was at 6 a.m. I came back home. I went to Jamba Juice. My mom made me some grits. I went grocery shopping and headed to my client's house. I'm seasoning wings here for barbecue baked wings. I seasoned them with brown sugar, garlic, lemon pepper, all the works, a little bit of liquid smoke, and then I tossed some baking powder on them before I lined that sheet pan so they'd get really crispy. I cut up some sweet potatoes here for wedges. One person likes theirs super crispy, almost burned, and then the other doesn't. I cut up some veggies for lettuce cups, chicken, like Asian chicken lettuce cups. Then I sliced some green onion just for some garnish. This is my favorite garnish. Like, it never gets old to me. I am flipping those wings over so they get good color and crisp on the other side. Then I start sauteing veggies for the lettuce cups. I tried to video that I salted in between each step because, you know, it was a lot of rah going on in the last video. Like, I wasn't seasoning well. If anything, I over season, okay? I did hoisin, soy sauce, sesame oil, rice wine vinegar. I did a lot of stuff. I can't list it all because I can only include 35 clips. For me, my chicken wings, I need some pan to chicken contact. Like, the foil in the rack gotta go after a while. Then I made a dipping sauce for the cups, for the lettuce cups. Paper plates are my client's choice. It has nothing to do with me. These are chicken breasts. This is dinner. I went home and I ate Taco Bell for lunch, and I came back, marinated some chicken breasts. They wanted like a hibachi style dinner with fried rice and chicken. So I cooked some basmati rice. You guys tore me up about the way I said that. Also, sorry, that's the only way I know how to say it. And then I refrigerated that And then cook some broccoli, toss the egg yolk, toss the rice in egg yolk, keeps the grain separate, and it also adds color. Then I cut up all my veggies for the fried rice. I saute my carrots, my onions, and then I add my frozen peas. And then I do the ginger and the garlic. After that's aromatic, after it's fragrant, I add in the rice, and then I season it with soy sauce, a little granulated garlic, fish sauce. I believe that's it. I'm trying to think fast, but it's hard. And then I saute my egg white in a little bit of butter. I always try not to burn it because look at that color contrast. And then I seared that chicken off. Look at how you see that little beam of light, heavenly. And then I sliced those pieces of chicken up,